Welcome back. Rob Hulstra from Alzheimer's Association of the Ozarks joins us today. Rob, welcome.
Thank you, John.
We're going to talk about the holidays are a great time of year, but they can be a challenge if you have a family member that is suffering with Alzheimer's, but you still want them to be a part of everything the holidays have to offer. What are some of the maybe the challenges and what do you want to do to make sure they're still included in your holiday celebrations?
Well, first, it's a wonderful time of year, and so many people want to get together, family, friends, and my first piece of advice is take a deep breath. With Alzheimer's disease, a lot of changes occur, and sometimes tradition is going to be a little too much. Decorations, blinking lights, the sound of TV, or someone cranking up the holiday music. Take that into account and realize that the person with Alzheimer's, depending if they're in the early stages towards the middle stages, may not be able to handle all of the excitement and activity. So consider something like steady burning lights instead of blinking. Break the holiday down into something smaller and something that the individual can enjoy just as much without being overwhelmed by guests, music, everything else that goes with that.
If you are a caregiver
Yes.
for a parent, loved one, spouse that does have Alzheimer's, is there a way to kind of prepare them for a holiday celebration that is coming up? Should you prepare them for it?
Oh, absolutely. And as I said a moment ago, the traditions are just as important. If you don't follow all of them, that'll be okay. And allow yourself to say no if someone says, well, why don't we do the sledding or the skating or the big holiday caroling or something? But allow the person to be part of it, decorating the tree, helping with the table or preparing a certain favorite meal, whatever, and letting them know that, yes, life is changing, but you're still valued, you still are vital, and you're still loved, and we depend on you.
If you have, a lot of times friends come over for these holiday celebrations, and maybe they might not have seen your loved one for a while, and they might have, the condition might have gotten worse since the last time they saw them. Should you talk to friends beforehand to say, maybe grandma or grandpa might be, a little different than the last time you saw them? Exactly.
And that's so important. So give them a heads up before they come by and let them know and remind them that Uncle so-and-so or the grandparents have this, and it's a little different than last year. So don't be hurt if they can't remember your name. The activity or the amount of celebration will be toned down a bit. And also, it's so important, pay attention, keep smiling. Let them know that whatever the differences are from the past to today, they're okay. They're still part of the family, and we love to see you. So pay attention to the tone of your voice. Keep it positive. Keep that smile in your voice. Take the time, and if they're having a little bit of a problem remembering you, just simply introduce yourself and say, "Hi, I'm Rob. I'm your nephew, uncle, whatever," and keep it from there. People also like to reminisce. Let them reminisce, but don't correct them. If they're not telling the story completely right, success is not as common for folks with Alzheimer's, and it's important that they feel like they're still part of the family. So if they tell this magnificent story that never happened, please let them continue. It may be the best story you hear all month.
And just be happy that they are, taking part in your celebration as well.
Exactly.
The holidays can be, stressful for everybody, but with an individual suffering from Alzheimer's, just kind of from their perspective, it's got to be frustrating for them because they have to know there are some things that maybe they don't remember like they used to. Is it a frustrating time for them as well?
Absolutely, and that's why I say if someone pulls out a photo album and they say, oh, you remember this, do you remember who those folks are? Don't turn it into a game show where, you know, the success depends on the answers. You know, just show wonderful photos of past and say something helpful like, oh, that looks like your brother John, or that looks like Mary when she was 8, something like that. Also very important because some folks with Alzheimer's may not be at home, and if they're in a hospital or in a long-term care facility, check with the staff and see if decorations, music, a group of people, allowing grandkids to open up their gifts at the hospital bed or in their room, so the loved one can see the joy on their faces as well.
Absolutely. You did bring some resources with you today. How can people at home maybe access some of those resources if they want to check them out? Oh,
simply, you can go online to our website, our national website, alz.org, or our local website, alz.org/Greater Missouri. And so many pages on communication, holiday hints, dealing with stress, being able to just work the situation into something that'll still stay positive and memorable.
Excellent. One final thing that people need to know, the one takeaway they can have.
It's a time for family to be together. Holidays are wonderful. But let's not let the, tradition, take the time to enjoy the person. And that's what it's really all about.
Absolutely. Rob Hulstra, thank you so much for being with us today.
John,
I appreciate your time.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll have more right after this.